being far away from home in the land of Babylon, God's people were finally allowed to return to Israel. Knowing this would be a difficult journey, not very many decided to return, but those who did were so excited. The land of Israel was not as the people of God had left it. They had been gone a long time and things were broken. The temple was destroyed and the wall of protection that surrounded the city of Jerusalem was broken down. The people didn't know how to fix it, but God had a plan to redeem what was broken. Redeem means to buy back. It's something that God does all the time. He takes something bad or wrong and turns it into something good and beautiful. He rescues us and saves us. Our God redeems. One of God's servants was a man named Nehemiah. Nehemiah didn't live in Israel. He lived in the Persian kingdom, and his job was to be a cupbearer for the king, which gives you high rank. Nehemiah would ask to hear what was going on for the people living in Jerusalem, and one day he heard news that made him very sad. He heard that the wall had been broken down and the gates had been destroyed by fire. He knew that the people of Jerusalem were in trouble. He prayed to God and asked him to forgive his sins and the sins of the people. He asked God to redeem the bad situation. The Israelites needed a new wall to protect them. So one day Nehemiah was with the king, and the king noticed how sad he was, and he asked Nehemiah what was wrong. Nehemiah told him that the city of Jerusalem was ruined and the people were in danger because there was no wall to protect them. Nehemiah was brave enough to ask the king if he would help, and the king even offered wood to help rebuild the wall and guards to keep them safe. God provided everything the people needed. When Nehemiah got to Jerusalem, he talked to all the people there and told them his plan to rebuild the wall. Even though some people in the land fought against Nehemiah, he trusted God and found many people who wanted to help. Everyone who was able to begin the work on rebuilding the wall were there and wanted to make it strong and secure. But some people who weren't Israelites didn't want the wall to be rebuilt. They didn't want Jerusalem to be strong again, so they made fun of those who were rebuilding the wall. Guards helped protect the Israelites while they worked. They continued building the wall day after day. They worked hard, and the Israelites were able to rebuild the wall in only 52 days. That's a very short amount of time to make a big wall around such a big city. The people who didn't want the wall to be rebuilt left the Israelites alone after that because they knew that God had helped them fix this broken wall. God used Nehemiah to encourage the people to rebuild the wall and protect their city. Although the Israelites had been forced to leave Jerusalem because they had disobeyed God, He redeemed the situation. He brought the people back and gave them the supplies and the energy and the strength to rebuild their wall. God redeemed what was broken. God redeems broken things in our lives too. Sometimes we disobey Him, but He is always willing to forgive us. And sometimes He takes a bad situation and brings something good out of it. We serve an amazing God who redeems what is broken. Despite all of these things that seemed like setbacks, God used all of this for His glory to redeem.